Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing the very first episode today of a show I want to call Fat Chat. And I couldn't think who else were better than to get the man, the myth, the legend, the reason why I started the Man Shake, Mr. Matt Jurd. How you doing, Matt?
Good. What's going on, mate? How are we?
Oh, just living large, living large.
Oh, it's great. We're living in isolation, but look, we got nice scenery behind us, so we're good.
Yeah, I thought I'd move out into the backyard. I might swat a couple of flies here and there, but doing all right. I can see you in your backyard.
Yeah, no, I've got the sun on my back, mate. It's good. It's all right. Nice and warm. It's good.
I see you clearly, and you got your bicycle back there with the training wheels. Are you going to get off those soon, or?
That is the bike I'm using for the triathlon. When the triathlon starts up again, that's the bike I'm using. So it should be okay. Should be good.
That's right. You're doing a triathlon, wasn't that in April?
It was supposed to be in a week. It was supposed to be in a week, next Sunday. But obviously it's been cancelled. So my triathlon training has pretty much disappeared for the moment. So I've got to get back into that. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you last practicing the swimming, you were telling me.
Yeah, the swimming, I've always been a good swimmer, but obviously putting all the weight on and everything, I haven't swum in a very long time. So that was a bit of a shock to the system getting back into the swimming. But the last few weeks before the shutdown, I was doing like a mini triathlon practice at the local sports centre. So I was getting in the pool, doing 200, getting in the gym and then doing 7K on the bike and then doing a 2K run. So I was doing that, did that for maybe 3 weeks in a row. Each week got a little bit easier, or I got a little bit faster, but I was just as buggered. But yeah, it was good. I'm missing doing it, actually, to be honest. Wow, that's so good. I wish I could get to that level. Me and exercise and running and all that. Yeah. Running's not fun. I Back to the Future 3, run for fun. Who does that? No one. But yeah.
So man, like I gotta say, like since seeing you, like the reason why I started this in my journey, some of my viewers might know this, it's because I saw you. Like I saw you on A Current Affair, and I saw the whole thing about the Man Shake and that, and you were the inspiration as to why I started this journey, because I've done it so many times before and failed. And no, that's absolutely fine. Thank you for it. But what was your, like, how did you react when the Man Shake approached you to do that?
I had an interview set down with the boys from Man Shake, and they mentioned that Channel 9 might be interested. Apparently they liked my story with the kids and sort of everything about it, and thought it would be good to get that out there to let blokes see that, being a father's important and you've got to be healthy and stay healthy for your kids and everything. So they sort of came to me and said, are you interested in doing something for Channel 9? And I was like, oh, I said, yeah, okay. Because I'm, then they said A Current Affair, and I was like, oh, Current Affair. I'm not some dodgy tradie ripping off grandmums, but I thought, well, why not? I thought, I've gotten healthy. I want all the blokes out there to feel the way I feel now. So if that shows people that they can do it and it's worthwhile doing it, then I might as well do it. So
it's very inspiring, and you're not the only one. Well, I'm not the only one that you have inspired with that story. I've seen many other posts, and look, I'm happy you got your practice with that amateur show, A Current Affair. So now you're with the real big boys here.
Professional stuff happening now. Yeah, great. I'm on Fat Chat. Who would have thought? Hey, look at us. Look at us. Who would have thought? Not me.
No, I wouldn't have thought this 3 months ago, but yeah, here we are in my backyard and your backyard, just living the life. So what was your starting weight?
I did a mistake, and I say to a lot of people, and I've said in one of the videos I did, when you're starting out, assume this is going to work. Assume this is your time and this is going to work. So weigh yourself straight away. And get yourself some scales that measure more than just your weight. I don't know how accurate the Bluetooth scales are with all your body fat and everything, but the numbers do change. So it gives you another measuring stick rather than just relying purely on kilos.
Yeah.
So my mistake was I didn't weigh myself for the first 3 weeks, and I didn't take any like topless photos, sideways, all that stuff. So all my progression's based on old photos, and I don't really have that many because you don't really want to take photos of yourself when you're 170 kilos. So I started at first time I weighed myself was 165 3 weeks in. So I gave myself a modest 5 kilo. I added 5 kilos on modestly. So I say 170, but I was probably closer to 175, 180, probably. Who knows? But
Well,
yeah,
as you've mentioned before in a couple of your videos, the weight itself isn't important. It's just, and those pictures are certainly like hugely different from where you started to where you are now. That's amazing. What are you weighing at now?
I'm what am I? 88 point something, 88 and change. Never. I put up a high school photo of me the other day in year 10, and I'm skinnier now than I was in year 10. Like it's crazy.
Do you ever think that you'd be at this point?
No, never. I think I always had I've always had that mentality where if I need to go down the shop, I always thought I'd love just to be able to run down the shop, like and actually run down. But
Yeah.
I never, that's just a skinny, energetic person in a big guy's body thinking, oh yeah, I can do that. But if I wanted to run down the shops now, I could run down the shops. So that's good. I never thought I'd be here. Like it's crazy.
That's so good, man. And we're super proud of you, man. What do you, sorry, man, I just got a list of questions here. And like I said before, what do you think caused your weight gain?
I think I've always been big. Like in primary school, I was always big. And I remember people calling me tugboat in primary school. I don't know why it was tugboat, but I got called tugboat in primary school. I don't know why.
That's
and then
cool.
I got called when I played footy when I was like under 10s and that, they called me Tank because Mum came back from the toilets one day and there was 4 little kids sprawled all out over the floor. And Mum's like, what happened? And Dad said, that was your son. But I just went straight through them all. So I've always been big. So, and I think when you become an adult now and you have money, you can just, if you want to go get KFC, you can get in your car and drive and go get KFC. So I think that just the opportunities there and the means are there to, if you want to eat bad and be bad, you can. It's too accessible nowadays to just go and smash a zinger or, it's call up and dial a pizza. They got Uber Eats now. You can get Macca's delivered to your front door. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with you. In my suburb, no matter which way you drive out of the suburb, there's always one style of fast food. There's like 2 McDonald's, 2 Hungry Jack's, a KFC, and I think a Domino's as well, which is just it's insane, But yeah, I think that has a lot to do with why the world is getting larger, and there's more people trying to embrace this this movement of fat and healthy. And do you believe that there is you can be overweight and sometimes morbidly, hugely overweight and still be healthy?
To get healthy, people say that they can be happy and be who you are and be happy. I was who I was and everything, and I was a happy guy, but deep down, you're not happy with yourself. You hate yourself deep down, to be honest. You do.
Yeah.
And you get stuck in this cycle of you feel like absolute rubbish, and then you eat, you go to the pantry and eat because you want to feel better, and then you just get stuck in this. Now I feel amazing. I'm the best of it. I feel amazing. Physically and mentally, it's the best I've been in probably forever, to be honest. So it's a life-changing thing, and once you flick your switch in your head, then it all falls into place, and you're doing it for the right reasons, you're seeing the right rewards, and you know that your hard work's paying off.
So what was the moment that you flicked that switch? What was that defining moment that made you go, I'm going to make a change?
Well, I remember Mum always buys me clothes at Christmas. I'm 36 and Mum still buys me clothes at Christmas. And every year she'd buy me a new shirt, and it would never fit because she never bought a big enough one. And I'd always say, yeah, I'll fit into it next year. Yeah, I never fitted into it. Yeah. So, and then when I went to, anytime we had an event or something, I'd go in the cupboard to try and find a shirt or something, and they'd be tight. You just get depressed. I got sick of, and I got to 8XL shirts where you can't buy any bigger shirts. You need to, I don't know, you need to go to Circus Tensar Us or something to get a bigger shirt, I would think. I can joke about it because it was me. So I think you just get to a point where I just had enough, and I knew something needed to change. I lost my father 5 years ago to lung cancer, and I didn't want my kids to lose me to a heart attack. So that was a big point of my whole thing is to get me healthy, but get me healthy for my family as well.
Did you often see the doctors, like, were they concerned about your health?
Doctors never said anything. I funnily enough, have never really been in hospital. I had one major accident when I was little. I got stabbed with a knife, but dishwasher, not on the streets in the ghetto. No, I slipped on a dishwasher and got a knife up here, and the blood was like. Anyway, that's the only time I've ever really been in hospital. So, health-wise, it's remarkable that I've survived everything without getting diabetes, because I would have been close to that. I would have thought. Morbidly obese, obviously, and heart disease and all that stuff. I've managed to avoid all that, and now I've got a 100% clean bill of health. So it's amazing. Like it's ridiculous. It's astonishing that I've avoided all that.
Just on that, do you think your doctors were doing you a bit of a disservice by not mentioning anything, or do you prefer the fact that they didn't say anything?
I think if I had had a major issue and had been told, look, if you don't change, then you're going to die. Like I think that I would have wanted that. But like generally, like you don't want anyone telling you that you know that you're big and you need to lose weight. Yeah. So I wouldn't have even wanted, unless there was like a major flashing red light. I don't think I would have even accepted my doctor telling me that I'm, like, you don't want to hear about it. You just, defenses go up. I know I'm big. I know that. Like, so I don't think, people have got to be ready. You've got to be ready to change. You can't make someone change. You can have 100 people tell you that you need to change and lose weight, and you will not listen to them.
Oh, yeah. You can have people encourage you to do the right thing. And I've had doctors say to me, like, my doctor was pretty good for that. She'd always take my blood pressure and try to say, oh, like, are you going to do anything about this? And I knew that I wasn't ready to make that step. I got, like, just what you said, defensive walls went up. I was like, because it's such a taboo topic for me. It's like, I don't want to talk about it. I ignore it. It's not there,
exactly. Yeah, put your head in the sand.
Yeah, exactly right. You put your head in the sand. But was there anyone that inspired you to do this journey?
I didn't really I didn't know about Manshake at all when I started. Like I didn't know when I got back from Christmas holidays one year, and I saw a couple of that photo that I've got, that old photo of me with my face. Like that's the main photo I put up. Like I looked at that and thought, that's my kid's dad. Like. So I got back from the holidays that year, and I thought I'm going to get healthy. It was time. So I started eating healthy for like 3 weeks, and then one of the local security guards just mentioned at work that he lost 14 kilos on the Manshake, and I'd never heard of it, so I didn't know anything about it. So as soon as I started with that, I joined the Manshake men group, and the first bloke who sort of made me think, oh Jesus. Was Gary, because Gary, everyone that's on the group knows Gary. He's been there forever. Gary had said he'd put up like some crazy numbers, and numbers that I knew that I needed to lose, and he'd lost those numbers. And I thought, now if Gary can do it, then I've got a good shot at doing it. So he's the one that sort of showed me to do it. But as far as being like inspired and wanting to do it, random people on Reddit, it's really weird, but you see those like before and afters on Reddit, Progress and all those subreddits, and you just see the photo of this guy, and then you see the photo of him at the gym afterwards. And I've always seen random dudes, and I just thought I'd love to be like one of those before and after guys, like people look at and think, Jesus, he's done it. And well, I sort of am now. So it's really crazy that it's happened.
Sort of am. You're on the side of buses. You're on between my shows on Foxtel, Matt.
I don't have Foxtel. I don't have to see my face, luckily enough.
But look, I will say this. Like, I mean, with social media, and you mentioned the Manshake men page and Reddit, there's a lot of like super negativity out there on any kind of social media platform. Facebook is by far the worst. But I gotta say, the Manshake men page has changed everything for me. Like that was like one of the key defining moments as well as to why I started my Manshake journey. Like, what do you have any pages or any subreddits you can recommend for people that want to get on that journey and need support?
For me, the whole time it's been my family, obviously, and my friends, my main support, and then the Manshake men group. To be honest, like I troll through Reddit and everything, but I don't. Besides the before and after photos, I don't really get any major information from that. Since I've started it, I do a bit of research here and there on Google and everything, like Dr. Google and all that. But I don't have any little black book full of information that, you know, like I can't really shine a light to any of that. But the Men Shake Men group is amazing, and they don't put up with dickheads, and it's a safe space. If you want to come on and you're, 190 kilos, you want to put a topless photo of you on there to show you before, like people, we accept everyone. Like and I started it as like a support network for me, and now that I'm sort of at goal weight and I'm still obviously fine tuned, like your body's a work in progress for your entire life, so I'm still fine tuning it and working towards different goals and everything. But now I've sort of found that if I can just let new people know that are joining the group, like Gary did to me, that, hey, if you need to lose this amount of weight, and even if you don't need to lose 70 kilos, 80 kilos, if you only need to lose 20, you can still do it. Like your goals are reachable. And then the goals that you set, you can even go past those goals. You think, when I started, I thought 115 was my first goal. If I can get to 115, I'm sweet. Well, about 30 kilos in, I thought, I can do better than 115. I'm going to try and get 100. And then when I said 100, I'm like, well, why am I trying to get 100? Let's go 99.9. If I get 99.9, I'm set. And now I'm 88. So what do you do?
Aim for 80.
Yeah, no, well, my doctor, funnily enough, said she was astounded by my weight loss and everything. Yeah. Absolutely astounded. She said, Matt, don't get below 85. You cannot go below 85. I said, okay, good. So I think the lowest I got down to was like 87.5, but I'm very comfortable. Like I'm comfortable at 88, 90 kilos. Like,
if you don't need to think twice about getting onto an airplane, and I saw that story that you mentioned.
Amazing.
It's that would be something else. Like a few years ago, I was on a plane and I had that moment where it's like, I don't know whether this belt is going to make it across me, and like I just was like. And then I
gave myself a cramp the first time I tried years ago, like probably 9 years ago, and I gave myself a cramp trying to get the belt shut. Like, oh man, terrible. And then last time I went, I had like that much spare cord. It was ridiculous. It was crazy.
Mate, one day we'll get there.
Hey, it'll happen. I want to see the photo of you on the plane with the tray table down. That was amazing.
Yeah, I'll be that guy that the stewardess will be like, or the steward, sorry, should I say, will be, stop using your phone on the plane, sir. You're going to make us crash.
Everyone's looking at me weird. I'm like, hey, just leave me alone. I'm just taking a photo of my seatbelt. It's fine.
You're just there like, yeah, just cheering. It's like, I'll do my seatbelt, yes.
It's really good.
That's spectacular. So you started your own YouTube channel.
Yes, I've got, well, I got inbox a lot. Like some days I get like 10 different inboxes from blokes, and I'm always happy to help. Like I say to everyone all the time, if you need any help, inbox me, because I want everyone out there. And it seems like weird, like thinking of this global thing, but I think if there's dads out there and blokes out there, you don't need to be a father. Your blokes out there that want to change, you can change. So I'm really into helping everyone that I possibly can and get awareness out there that you can do it. Like, so it's taken me a while. I've waited till I've pretty much reached goal weight and everything to start it. But I thought, I get asked so many times about like, what snacks am I having? What exercise am I doing? What have I done basically? What routine am I having? And I've got that one big long list that I always put up when new people come into the group.
Awesome.
But I thought, well, yeah, just Jurd man's, checklist. The Jurd man plan, So I thought, well, why not start up a YouTube, and I'll just do like a video a week of a different sort of topic, and then just sort of shed some light if people are feeling lost, because you feel lost when you first start. You don't know where you're starting, what you're doing. I think if it gives people a basis to sort of think, okay, well, that's what he's done. He's lost 82 kilos. That's what he's done. Okay, I can take a little chunk of that, a little chunk of this, and then put it into my own routine, because routine's key with all this. You need a nice, firm routine.
Exactly right. And for all those at home, like what I will be doing is I will be putting in the description Jurd's routine that he posts up on all of the Facebook pages to give you an idea on what it is and what he's doing. Because like we could talk about that, but then this will be like an hour long video. But like all the information's there. It's such a easy thing to do. You just need to have that discipline. I find is that right, Matt?
Yeah, look, I've always said that I keep it simple, and I said in my latest video about the gym and exercise. I knew that I couldn't exercise 6 to 7 days at the gym, so I haven't. I exercise like 2 days and 3 days. Like I've made it maintainable. Like you got to keep it simple. I think the more you overcomplicate everything, you set yourself up to fail. Like for me, the shakes are simple, so why not make everything else simple? Like you don't need to be getting out your calculator, although I did get out a calculator once or twice, but you don't need to be doing all that. Like you just keep it simple and get yourself on rails. Just put your guards up and just like, it's simple, but you need focus and you need determination, and you will find that you might not think you've got it, but you have. You need a little bit of self-belief and you can get there. You can do it.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And you find the motivation, where you need to find it. So like if you go to the Manshake men page, or if you go to YouTube, look at YouTubers, if you do what you can to find the motivation that you need to keep going. And then once you start getting those results in your clothes or in your on the scales and that, the motivation just comes naturally. And that's what I've found. Like, I'll get massive amounts of motivation and such like that. And like, then I'll probably lose track of it because I'll just be thinking, mission achieved. But, having that constant, like reevaluating goals and everything like that nature is just, the stuff that you've recommended and people that have recommended on the Manshake men page, it's just made a huge difference in my life. And, it's going really good. But without talking too much about thin Matt, because we've seen a lot of thin Matt recently, let's talk a little bit about fat Matt. Can you let us know one of your worst like junk food experiences? Like what would have been like a moment that would have just been a classic defined moment for you at that time?
So I like sandwiches, so I'll put like anything on a sandwich. Like I'll get like 2-minute noodles and put that on a sandwich.
No.
Or I'll get, or like a pie and put a pie in the sandwich, like, or Cheetos, Cheezels, like all that stuff, like in the sandwich. But my worst thing, funnily enough, was I'd finish work at like midnight, come home and then put in 6 Weet-Bix in a big bowl full of milk and probably 2 tablespoons of sugar, heat it up in the microwave and then eat that at midnight and then fall asleep on the lounge. That was my worst problem. Weet-Bix and toast. They're my 2 biggest things. Oh, KFC as well, but. Like I'd eat KFC, like I'd have a big like box meal thing with the burger and the popcorn chicken and all that stuff, and then I'd probably have something else to go with it. So just binge, like I could just eat everything, eat like a truck, like it was just eat like a truck. I don't know if that's a phrase, but anyway, I used to eat like a truck.
If a truck could eat, I could imagine it would eat a lot,
Shovel it in.
Exactly. Yeah. And you look back at that now and you go, how could I do that?
Why did I ever do that? Why, like, that just seems like, I just made my son some Vegemite toast for lunch. And I just stole like one of his like little triangles of Vegemite toast. And I thought, I shouldn't have had that. I should have waited till 2 o'clock for my shake, which is now 2 o'clock. That's how I am now. Like, I feel bad about stealing a bit of toast now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was a bit indulgent with the chocolate this morning because it is Easter Sunday, so I'm going to be getting on the boxing bag soon and slogging out a few chocolate eggs. I
had a few dark chocolate lint balls the other night. But I put a kilo on the last month. There you go, exclusive, Pat Chat exclusive.
Oh no!
So my firm routine started yesterday, so I'm back on track. So no more eggs today. I'm back on track. So it's a slippery slope with me. I know.
I'm training really hard. It could be muscle mass. It's you're keeping up your measure.
It's always the muscle mass. No, my pants are still fitting. I'm into a 36 pant now, so that's all right. That feels amazing. So
that's good.
So
that's like
it's great
stuff. That's off the rack. Like that's not going to the men's section.
And like large shirts, and I went from 8XLs to larges, and you know, 36 pair of shorts now. It's crazy. Even shopping a Big W, like even Big W in the normal section of Big W out of the big men's section is amazing to shop at. Like Big W.
At that point. Oh, well,
I feel like I'm at Tiffany's in New York on Fifth Avenue, like shopping in Big W now. It's crazy.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, look, I will wrap it up with like one final question. What will you say to anyone who is like teetering on that edge of starting their journey, like the ones that are like kind of putting it off, saying, "Oh, I don't know." Like, what would you say to them?
I will say this, and I'm getting nice and close. There is never a good time to start. Just start and get going. You think today, this is the heaviest I'm ever going to weigh, and then every day from this point, I'm going to get lighter and lighter and lighter. There's never a good time to start. There's always excuses. Just start. Just do it. Go to Coles. If you're watching this now, go to Coles right now. Go and get the sample pack from Coles. $36. It'll change your life. $36. Find the flavour you like. You won't like all the flavours. People think they try one and they don't like the flavour. There's flavours I don't like. There's probably flavours you don't like, but you'll find a flavour that you do like. That's the important thing. So get the sample, try all the flavours, find one you like, find two that you like preferably, and just buy the big bags and smash it. There's never a good time to start. Just start. Because you think about how you could look at Christmas, you think about how you could look next Easter. Like, just do it. Just start. Don't tell. If you don't want to tell anyone, don't tell anyone. Ash was big. That fat guy wanted to get his message out there and tell everyone, and so everyone could follow along. If you're not like that, you don't need to be like that. Just start and don't tell anyone. Just do it. Make sure you weigh yourself and take photos though, because this is going to work. This is your time to do it.
Thanks, Matt. That's really good. And before you rush out to go to Coles, just make sure you hit that subscribe button and you go to Matt Jurd's YouTube and hit that subscribe button and wherever it's going to pop up and click the link below and smash like.
Man, forgive me the weight loss. Hit that.
Matt, he told me he would only subscribe to my channel if I said to him, "You got to smash that like button and do all that." And that was when I first started. But
now I'm saying that. That's crazy.
It's awesome, man. You are an absolute inspiration to a lot of fat dudes out there and fat ladies, I could imagine as well. And look, when I say fat, I'm not meaning it to be derogatory. I'm just saying that that's the name of my channel. I'm a fat dude. I'm a fat guy, and that's what I'm calling it. I call spade a spade. But
you're owning it. That's it.
Yeah, exactly right. And you're a true inspiration to a lot of people out there, and everyone everyone that I have spoken to about your current affair interview has just gone, that's absolutely amazing. And I don't know about you, but I personally know about 12 people that have started the Manshake journey since seeing your current affair one, and also since looking at my channel as well. So yeah, man. Look, I really want
word of mouth, mate. It's all word of mouth. People don't know about it unless people talk about it. That's the thing. It's just getting it out there.
Exactly right. Exactly right. But look, I want to say this. Thank you very much for being the very first guest on Fat Chat. I am wanting to do this more often, so I want to try to get a weekly video out. And I've already got a bunch of people lined up that are interested, which is fantastic. And like I said before, it doesn't matter whether you lost a gram or 80 kilos, like Matt here. Everyone has some, what's the word I'm looking for? Matt, fill me in. Everyone has.
I'll help you out a bit. Every journey is important. If you need to lose 100 kilos or you need to lose 10 kilos or 5 kilos, every journey is important, and you're working towards a better you. So just start and just do it. That's it. That's all I got.
That's all you got? That's all you got. That's all I got. We got nothing. But look, and Matt, just real quick, I have heard that the NRL season is looking to come back, and your precious Broncos will having a red hot crack in the first 2 rounds. How do you reckon they'll go?
Hey, we won the first 2. Hey, I just want to know, did the NRL cure coronavirus? Has the NRL got the vaccine? Do they know what they're doing? I think it's premature. That's just me. I think it's premature. Broncos, 2 from 2, I think they are. So, alphabetically, we're up there. Point difference when we're not. I can't get over I'm still nursing the heartache from the Cowboys grand final, to be honest. I was there. I'm still nursing the heartache from that.
You were there. That was the greatest
we had it,
I've ever watched.
We had it. We won it at the bell. We had it won when the bell went. That doesn't mean anything.
But then Matt, what was it? Ben Hunt, his curse. Like,
I saw Michael Thurston that morning at Homebush when we were there before the game, and I was going to go and kneecap him. I should have kneecapped him. That would have been fine. But hey, I'm a lover, not a fighter. So what can you do? Go the Broncos.
Yeah, before we go too far, I will say the Eels will be the 2020 premiers this year. It is looking good.
Hey, you know, Ash, while I got you here, fat guy, every time I see a Bronco game at Parramatta Stadium, I always walk out with fans behind me saying, we'll get him next year. We'll get him next year. Every time.
Except for that 58-0 shutout last year.
We'll have to go see a game at the new stadium. I haven't been there yet. We'll have to meet up and go see a game or something.
Oh, yeah, I'll get my hazmat suit out for.
Yeah, sounds good. Hey, it's cured. May 28th. It's all cured. Don't worry. It's all over. I'll be back to work. Amazing.
That's all. Is there any news on when you're going back?
Pubs, everyone out there who's interested, pubs are still shut. No idea. Bottle shops are open. Pubs are still shut. I'm missing seeing all my usual regulars. I'm missing walking around the pub, getting that exercise in. But I'm assuming, I don't know, they JobKeeper things for 6 months. So who knows? No idea.
Who knows?
I know that they'll want to get the pokies running again. So I can see them putting a fair bit of pressure on the government. They don't want to miss that pokey money anyway.
Yeah. Well, look, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this channel. Matt, thank you so much for being with us today. You have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye.